So today I decided I'm going to try to make a door for that hole right there. I've taken a couple of hinges right here that I stole off of that cabinet door right over there, and the hinge for that door is over where you can't see it, so if I can't find the same exact hinge, which I was having a little trouble doing, if I put something different on it, it won't be totally noticeable like it would be right in the middle of the main living area. I'm going to use this material that's left over from when I took the bench out and use that to make my cabinet door. And then one of the kind of the nice things is it actually has a little bit of trim, and I can peel this off, and then once I cut my door, I'll peel that off and cut it, and I'll have a nice trim around the edge and it won't look raggedy. The only tough part is the grain on the cabinet goes up and down in this direction, and unfortunately this width is a little bit too short, so I'm going to have to cut some out of that big piece to get a piece big enough where the grains go in the right direction. Okay, what I've done is I cut a piece to be the same size. I'm trying to hold the camera and my arm's just not long enough. To the same size as the other cabinet door, and you look at it, it actually kind of, well, once I get it straight, it fits in there pretty nice. It kind of looks just like part of the wall, so I think that's going to work out for me. Okay, here's my door with the trim put on it, and I just used Fisker's scissors to cut the corners so they fit. I just got one little break right there where I didn't have a complete piece to go all the way around. Now the part that's going to be hard coming up next is the fact that the screws that come with it are just a little bit fatter than the board, and I don't think even with that piece right there, well, maybe I'll try a couple washers, but that's pretty thin. I don't want the screw poking through, so that's going to be my next challenge. Alright, well, I put the hinges on. I couldn't find any screws that were short enough. I could find them skinnier but not shorter, so I ended up using marine goop on the back side just to attach the hinge to the door, and I think it actually looks, you know, I mean, it doesn't match these two, but it doesn't look terrible up there either. And I'm going to have to slide my X-box back so I can open the door up. But overall I'm pretty happy with that. So I bought just a simple door catch for a cabinet at the depot. And the problem I have is, of course, once again, this piece is so thin. It's so thin that even if I put the screw in, it's gonna jut right out the back side. So what I'm gonna do is put a little glue on this piece right here, and I'm gonna stick it. Well, first I'm gonna put it back into this thing right here, and then I'll put a little glue on here. I'm gonna close the door so that it sticks, and then once it's stuck on there, I'll pull it back open, and then I'm going to put some washers and I'll screw it in there so it stays, because I don't think glue is going to be strong enough to hold back and forth motion on there. Alright, what I want to do now is put the knob onto the cabinet door, and I want it to be the same, I want it to be level with this knob right here. So what I'm going to attempt to do, and I hope this works, I'm just going to open these together, and then I'm going to use my straight edge, and I'm going to draw a line across the back side of this that's level with the post of this knob, and then I need to find the spot right in here where I can put the knob so that the screw doesn't hit that piece of wood right there. Honestly, how could I lose it that fast? Okay, I got a problem. My thing's too thin. So, they say my knob is sticking out, but that just sounds wrong. So I'm going to have to cut my screw a little bit shorter so it doesn't, it's more appropriate to the size. So I used my kick-ass Milwaukee rotary tool and just trimmed a 1/4 inch off of the tip of this, and now it just threads in there. I didn't have to do anything, it just threaded in fine, and hopefully it's the right length. Alright, my makeshift door is complete. Knob appears to be fairly level with the other knobs, and I think it, as far apart as they are, it would be hard to tell anyways unless you were like really scrutinizing it. Door, doesn't match perfectly with the other two doors, but it looks better than a bare hole, and it's I don't know, I'm pretty happy with it. Now the only thing I have left to do is on the inside here. This is just glued, and my fear is if I have to open and close this a lot, this is eventually going to come off. So what I'm going to do is, the shortest screw I can find is a 1/2 inch long, which is just way too thick for this. So I'm probably going to put some washers and then screw into that with some washers so that it doesn't bite in so hard. I'm probably going to get like 2 threads in, but that's still better than no threads. So I'm just going to knock that out, but I'm not going to film it.